It's Thursday night. In the end. All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. They've got Draymond Green. Stephen Curry is out there with Garrett Payton II. Then there's Jimmy Butler, and it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Grizzlies, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Stevens in at the 3. Kicks it out to Jackson. Stand two of the greatest words in all of sports, opening day.
Absolutely, Brian. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody's optimistic, and everybody is eager to get going, whether you're playing or the guy on the sidelines drawing up plays. Yeah, Bane is a talented scorer, not just a perimeter threat. He's also capable of finishing inside.
Butler, a screen on Bane. From short range. And here's Morant. Shakes him. Here he goes. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Here's Curry. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Pass to Edey. And here's Bane. Here's Edey. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bane, coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bane well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
Here's Curry. Outside for Butler. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
Yeah, Butler with the quick trigger there off the catch. Nicely done.
Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day. Shot clock at 5. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Post shot, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. Pass to Edey. Outside for Morant. Down low. Jackson with a screen on Curry. Bane finds Jackson. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot, and will go to the line. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Memphis?
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, Get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Now here's Bain. Here's Stevens. Jackson surveying the D. Over Payton.
Such a strong defender. This team appreciates when Green gets up to swat it away.
Pass to Curry. They swipe it. 3-on-3. Morant, the pass to Bain. Now Jackson. Green covering. 5 to shoot. Here's Edey. Here's Stevens. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Outside Curry. 11 feet out. No good off the back of the rim. Curry with a steal. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Pass to Stevens. Oh, they get a hand on it. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Outside Curry. Here's Post. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, and the way Curry always finds the open man is impressive.
Here's Edey. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Banked it in off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Curry against Bain. Curry looking it over. Launches a 3. Knocks it down from distance. Curry's got 5 now.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Stolen by Bain. And no good. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Memphis. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
So on the floor for Golden State, they've got Stephen Curry. Butler out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Gary Payton second, and it's Post in at the 5. Now here's Curry. Butler, a screen on Bain. Curry passes to Butler. Ooh, good work on the interior from Butler.
Putting his body to work in the paint. Butler using his athletic skills to get it done.
Yeah, Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
And Morant drops them both. And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Jackson outside. Outside Bain. Outside Morant. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Warriors trail by 3. To the paint. Here's Payton. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Here's Stevens. Pass to Bain. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Not settling for a jump shot. Bain right at the rim.
Curry against Bain. Curry passes to Butler. And there's the screen. Here's Post. Back to Butler. Clock at 4. From the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Jackson outside. Pass to Stevens. Right side Moran. Lets the 3 fly. The shot comes out. Warriors trail by 3. Knocks it loose. Butler's shot is good. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. Great D that time from Bain.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And out of bounds, the Warriors will take it. All right, let's go to the leaderboard and see the top passing teams last season. The Warriors, 4th.
Well, last year they were an excellent passing team. They want that to continue into this year.
Bain against Curry. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Now Butler. 10 points for him. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Memphis making a switch here. Bagley's checked in. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Jackson with a screen on Butler. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Moran against Butler. Back to Jackson. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last time they met was in the Bay Area.
I love the defensive pressure they created in their last meeting, forcing turnovers and keeping the offense off kilter.
Well, when you can turn defense into offense like that, it certainly makes the game a lot easier.
Now here's Butler. 17 points for him last game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Here's Morant. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Here's Stevens. He's covered by Curry. Bagley for 3. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Jackson for 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
I like their approach on the boards. Get in there, establish position. Aggressively go after the ball early.
They come. And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead. And that is going to do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
We've got Brandon Clark. Vince Williams is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marvin Bagley, and it's Huff in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Pass to Bagley. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Moses Moody. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step there.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Hits the trifecta.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Huff. It's stolen away. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Outside Moody. Up top Pajimski. Defended by Kennard. Here's Moody. Close in. Moses Moody.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
There's a screen. Kennard, left side. To the inside. Here's Clark. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Clark's got 5 points in the quarter.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Pass to Moody. Outside Kuminga. Outside Pajimski. Good work there as it goes. Pajimski's got his first points of the night.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Kennard outside. This one for 3. The Warriors pull it in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pajimski with it, and Kennard picks him up defensively.
Using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Now here's Kennard, defended by Pajimski. Kennard passes to Clark. Great look, but off the mark.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Got a hand on it. We've got 1:48 left in the third, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
There's 1:47 left in the third. Outside, Williams. Inside, Bagley. Drops in the short one.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Golden State has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Outside Moody. Back to Pajimski. Moody on the wing. 5 on the clock. There's a screen by Kuminga. Here's Pajimski. And a miss there on the triple.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Kennard passes to Huff. It's stolen by Kuminga. Pajimski with it. And Kennard picks him up defensively. Here's Jackson Davis. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Memphis trailing here. And Clark gets it to go on the assist from Bagley. Clark's got 7 points here in the quarter. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Graham.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
To the wing, right side. Pass to Heel. Moody on the wing. Outside Pajemski. Back to Moody. 4 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Jackson Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson Davis has got his second bucket of the night. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Fires in the triple. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Yeah, Kennard's percentages from 3 are insane, and he's consistent. He does it every year.
Pajemski's shot is good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the... fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. They've got Gary Payton II. Green out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Curry. Butler on the wing. Back to Curry. There's a screen. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. And Post gets it to go. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Kicks it out to Clark. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. And a great assist by Moran as that one goes. Curry with it, and Clark picks him up defensively. Curry takes it in. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
You have to be aware of Jackson Jr. He's a former defensive player of the year and an elite shot blocker.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Memphis.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up blocked shots.
And you got to respect their energy level. A lot of steals, staying active and making things happen.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Moran against Payton on the wing. Curry. Just 5 to shoot. There's the block. And here's the fast break. Jumps up. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Yeah, anyone can appreciate the skillfulness of Moran's passing.
Butler, a screen on Clark. The 3 from Curry. That won't go either for Curry.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
To the inside. And it's Edey missing. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Golden State. 6-point game. Pass to Post. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And they have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
Bain. Now here's Clark. Here's Edey. And here's Moran outside. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Clark.
What a costly turnover. Those are the ones that keep you up at night.
Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. Butler up top. Back to Curry. Tries to break his ice. Count it, and the foul. Ja Morant picks one up.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Moran against Butler. Jackson the screen. Here's Moran. Kicks it out to Clark. Pass to Jackson. Green with the defensive effort. Golden State has gone 0 for 3 here in the 4th. Outside Curry. Over Clark. Curry's shot is off.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team.
Curry against Bain. Outside for Moran. Just 5 on the clock. Driving in. And it's good.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Butler, a screen on Clark. Outside Curry to tie it up. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Bain against Curry. Pass to Edey. From deep three-point range. And so the big win by Memphis in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Dunn is out there with Devin Booker. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Durant. And it's Bull in at the power forward. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Clark in at the small forward spot. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Now, Morant. After Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. It's good. Morant's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Memphis.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets... that one to fall.
Clark against Booker. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. It's a victory here for the home team. Last time these guys met.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Now, here's Bane. 23 points his last outing, and it's off from three-point range. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The three from KD. Phoenix, no good that time either. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to Oklahoma City. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Now here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, Jackson Jr. is an efficient rebounder, and he knows to send that one right back.
Booker against Clark. Booker looking around. And the dunk by Booker.
Well, you love the lethal scoring ability off the dribble. Booker putting extraordinary pressure on the defense.
Now, here's Morant for three. Jackson finds Morant. Clark with it on the wing. Bane. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Suns have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. On the wing, Booker, guarded by Jackson. Pass to KD. Over Clark. And it's Durant missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach. During our talk, I asked Coach what makes Kevin Durant one of the best scorers ever. He told me it's insane that a 7-footer has that much skill. Kevin truly is one of a kind. Now, no one can stop him one-on-one. We need a team effort. Of course, KD's going to the Hall of Fame, and he's still giving opponents nightmares late in his career. Guys?
Thank you, David. Drops in the tray off the fast break.
KD, if you allow him to spot up, the easy money sniper will not miss.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving. No doubt whatsoever.
And so here's Phoenix. Grizzlies making the shot. Booker is screen on Morant. Shot clock at 5. Booker, no good.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Here's Durant. Booker outside. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Booker's got 5 now.
Boy, the delivery from Booker so clean. That jump shooting is pure.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. They trail by 1. Durant sets a screen for Booker. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. 3 on 3. Shoots the 3. And John Morant with the three. Morant's got his third basket of the night right there.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
Booker outside. Over Clark. Another one falls for Phoenix.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game. And Morant throws it down.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Suns trail by 4. Here's Dunn. Right wing. Here's Bull. Sinks the triple.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Down low. And then Clark slams it in.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
With 2 seconds left, here's Dunn. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. John Morant has been leading the charge, guys. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Memphis.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Clark is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Bain. Jackson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies. Well, Phoenix shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. For 3, Booker. Devin Booker, 3, right down the hatch.
You've got to be there on the catch if Devin Booker gets an opportunity from the perimeter. This guy too good a shooter.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. And Doris, one guy who rarely has an off night, Devin Booker.
He has been the model of consistent excellence, Kevin. This guy's so efficient, so productive, all about winning. I am not sure Devin Booker gets the credit he deserves for the level he's at every night.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Bull. The wide open look for Durant. And it falls over the rim and in. Durant's got 5 now.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
And then Morant slams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
And finished off by Morant.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Durant, no good. Memphis leading by 7. Morant left side. Jackson has the open look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Booker outside. KD sets the pick for Booker. Booker taking the hit.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
Morant's against Dunn. And it's Morant missing.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Dunn passes to Bull. Durant deciding where to go with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Booker with no one around. Offline with his 3. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Drains it from beyond the arc. It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range this quarter.
Cole setting the pick for Booker. Outside for KD. Clark against Booker. Durant with a screen on Clark. And here's Booker from the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. KD's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Bain. Here's Clark. Outside for Jackson. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And now a 10-point Grizzly lead.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
On the wing, Booker. He's covered by Clark. Booker against Clark. Again, the miss by Booker.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. The 3 from Morant. It's hauled in by Dunn. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. It's a 10-point game. Buries it from 3-point range. Durant's got 8.
This is one of the best to ever do it. Simply stated, Durant is lethal from behind the arc, and the efficiency is incredible.
Clark outside. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter started.
You know, for the Suns, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Suns.
If they think...
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's up.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. They've got Bradley Beal. He's out there with Grayson Allen. Nick Richards out there with Lee. And it's Iguodala in at the 4-man position.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Beal taking his time here. Pass to Richards. Back to Beal. Puts up a 3. Richards passes to Lee. There's Beal with the 3. Poke loose. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. 3-pointer Bagley. The rebound by Richards. Phoenix has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Kicks it out to Allen. Outside, Bagley. Bagley with another miss. Suns trail by 11. It's Allen on the wing. Still without a basket. Inside, 4 on the clock. And that one's good. Richards.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. To the inside. He lobs it up. Oh, trying for it. Richards with it. Williams picks him up. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Beal from long range.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
The big challenge in Beal's career, Doris, has been staying consistently healthy, right?
There's no question about it, Kevin, because you never have doubted the talent. I mean, Bradley Beal is a 3-tool player. He came into the league as an elite shooter, but now has become incredibly good with the basketball in his hand. The good news, he's always been resilient and fought hard to come back as quickly as possible.
And Richards has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
Boy, at some point, you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made 1 basket in this period.
Back to Kennard. And the 3 off target. Suns trail by 12. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Beal going inside and finished off by Beal.
This guy's in attack mode. Bradley Beal taking it strong.
Here's Bagley. Beal against Kennard. A 3-ball. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his first foul.
His personal foul. First team foul.
1:16 left in the third. Lee outside. He takes it in. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Lee's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Suns. Kennard against Beal. Here's Stevens. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Well, you have to understand what the defense is doing. If they give you an opportunity to set up a teammate, Luke Kennard will take it.
Williams against Beal. Lee sets a screen for Beal. Banked in off the glass. Beal's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Here's Bagley. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
Substitution on the court.
Suns trail by 9. Outside, Beal. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
16 seconds left to play here in the third. It's Morant with the drive. Edey gets the bucket.
It's like reading the picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Outside, Beal. And the Suns miss again. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Grizzlies. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Edey in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. It's good on the putback.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Phoenix with a whole new group on the floor.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
Booker dishes to Durant. Back to Booker. Five on the clock. No good on the triple. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Morant passes to Bain. Morant outside. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Edey misses from close range. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Clark against Booker. Booker going to work inside.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Morant drives in.
Oh! Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
With the drive, rebounded by Jackson. Memphis leading by 15. Outside, Bain. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Booker against Clark. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Brandon Clark.
Well, how about Devin Booker completely locked in and finishing through contact? That's nice.
You know, you talk about a foundational piece. To start his career, Devin Booker toiled through what Doris a half a decade of losing in Phoenix.
It was all of that, Kevin, but what I admired most is through all of that losing.
Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
It was beautiful. Booker outside. KD sets the pick for Booker. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Booker's got 7 now in this quarter.
Booker welcomes this offensive responsibility. Very capable of carrying the load.
Morant with a wide open look. A kick out to Bain. Outside, KD. The Grizzlies pull it in. Clark's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Grizzlies.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ja Morant.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Edey gets the bucket.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And the foul called on Brandon Clark. That's foul number 2 for him. Clark against Booker. It's Durant on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And KD throws it down. And so it's Memphis with it. They led by as many as 18 points. Morant kicks to Clark. Back to Morant. To the paint. Just 4 to shoot. Fader on the way. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Dorisburg.
And a happy. Here are the 5 for the Suns. They've got Royce O'Neal, Bull out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Dunn in at the 2. And for the Warriors, they've got Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler out there with Green. Then there's Gary Payton II, and it's Post in at the center position, filling out the middle. Grant, nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Got to reward the big man Green for running the floor. Excellent execution.
Booker against Butler. Bull, a screen on Butler. Dunn outside. On the wing, Durant. 4 on the clock. It's rebounded by Golden State.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Now here's Booker. And Booker with the jam.
Okay, Book, we see the bounce.
Now here's Curry, defended by Dunn. On the attack, Curry. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Booker. And Booker with the jam.
And with this skill, you kind of forget that Booker is 6'5" and can get to the rim with ease.
You know, Booker gets a lot of praise for his scoring, but how about his skill as a passer, Richard?
Oh, he's a good decision maker, BA. He's able to read defenses and dissect them with his passing. He's shown he can be a traditional quote-unquote point guard.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. I asked him about the many difficulties that Kevin Durant presents to a defense, and Coach said with most guys you can force them left or right or send help. With Kevin, he can always shoot over the top of you. Sometimes you feel helpless in that regard. Not a lot of solutions for a 7-foot sharpshooter, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Give some love to KD there, making the unselfish play.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. To the paint. Here's Payton. Here's Post. And he jams it home with authority.
And clearly not enough defensive presence there.
Boy, he just took advantage and a ferocious jam.
That's what lackluster defense will get you. You deserve to get dunked on with that type of effort.
Booker, the pass to Durant.
Two minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Jimmy Butler with a rebound.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Pass to Post. And the powerful one-handed slam.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
Booker against Butler. Outside Booker. Durant with a screen on Butler. Booker for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Ever since Phoenix changed ownership, they've been all in on winning now, Richard.
They've traded a lot of picks away and young talent to assemble a team of superstars. Some of the best shooters in the history of this league. And they were willing to go deep into the luxury tax to sustain it.
And so it's Phoenix with it. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Booker against Butler. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Jimmy Butler. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Now here's Curry. There's the 3. Bull grabs the board.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
The shot by Dunn, no good. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Curry looking it over. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Down low. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Suns ball.
Booker with it. Durant with a screen on Butler. The three. Oh, at the buzzer!
Wow! I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
Talk about being...
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. The Warriors on top, up 1. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And from what we've seen here from the Warriors, what's your take so far?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
On the floor for Phoenix, they've got Kevin Durant, Bol out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's done in a 2-guard. That one drops for him.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Suns. They trail by 1. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
Here's Curry. Oh, denied by Durant.
We've seen Durant really improve as a defender, using his impressive length to block shots.
Pass to Dunn. Takes a 3. Here's Booker. Durant looking around. Clock at 6. Back to Booker. The Suns need to get off a shot. Bol finds Durant. And the three-pointer is good for Durant.
Nice form and confidence from Durant. Not his first shot with minimal time left. Certainly not his last.
The 3 from Curry. Nails it from beyond the arc. Curry's got 7 points.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Durant with a screen on Butler. Booker, the pass to Durant. Fires the 3. The rebound by Post. Post has got 4 rebounds in the game. The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective. The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Pass to Dunn. And here's O'Neal. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Curry with it. Dunn in his pocket. Stolen by Booker.
2 minutes remaining.
Durant, pass to O'Neal. Out to the right wing. Here's Dunn. Oh, and he brings it down with a 2-handed jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Golden State. Post has got 5 rebounds in the game. In transition, here come the Warriors. Here's Payton. They get the rebound. Pass to Green. Back to Payton. Right side Curry. 3-pointer. And the Warriors miss again. Phoenix leading by 3. Here's Bull. Uses the glass on the layup.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Now Curry. 56 seconds left in the second period. Butler passes to Curry. And there's a pick. Comes up empty down low.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
From downtown, that's good from Bull. On the assist by Booker. Bull's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice pass. Such unique talent on both ends. That time Booker showing us his vision.
Here's Curry. Curry with another miss.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bull up top. He's covered by Curry. And Butler with the block.
An outstanding defender. Butler uses his size and length well to swat shots.
Left side Curry. There he is, the three-point king, delivers on cue.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Baseline jumper. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Suns ahead. All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Their focus on defense has been inconsistent. Tough to win with lapses at that end.
Yeah, they got to clamp. And it's time now for the best part of the show. Let's see what... Appreciate you joining us. It's been a...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
Jonathan Kuminga is out there with Moses Moody. Then it's Buddy Hield. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Pajemski in at the 1. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Here's Richards on the take. That one goes. Count it. And the Suns lead by 4. Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
At the line for the Suns, Nick Richards.
Both shots good from the stripe. Well, the last few years, Richard, the Suns have had some all-time greats, but this is Devin Booker's team.
No doubt, drafted in 2015. Book's been here his entire career. His first few seasons, the team was, let's just say they were rebuilding, but Devin stayed loyal and enjoyed some stellar seasons since then.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hield. Iguodaro grabs a miss. Phoenix leading by 4. Beal left side. Pass to Iguodaro. Now here's Richards. Here's Iguodaro. He got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Warriors. And he's going for the lob. And so the ball out of bounds. Hield touched it last. With a break here, let's see which teams racked up the assists during last year's campaign. The Warriors, 4th.
Ball movement was one of the keys to what they did last season. Every squad talks about teamwork. These guys backed it up.
Gets stolen by Hield. Kuminga with a screen on Beal. Outside Kuminga. And And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. You know, when you look around the league at the young players, Kuminga is one of the stars.
It's hard to ignore the work that he's done in his young career. Already a part of a championship team. There is no doubt he's blossoming into a star in this league. We got to keep an eye out for him.
And so Beal will bring it up for Phoenix. 2-point game. Inside, just 5 to shoot. Offensive board. Here's Iguodala. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is up and in.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
They set the screen. Here's Podziemski. Out to Hield. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Yep, count it.
Scoring close in. Hield is more than just a three-point gunner.
The Suns have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Beal, that one's good.
Ooh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Warriors trail by 4. Here's Podziemski. Pass to Moody. Jackson Davis with it. Outside Podziemski. And the foul called on Brandon Podziemski. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Now here's Beal. Allen a screen. Beal left side. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Iguodala. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Golden State basketball.
The Warriors have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Now here's Kuminga. Back to Podziemski. And here's Hield. We've got 1:23 left in the third. Basket counts. Hield's got 7 points here in the quarter. The Suns leading. Pass to Iguodala. To the wing on the left. Here's Richards. And he's going to the line for 2. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Nick Richards.
People were worried that this would slow the action.
Per NBA rules, the play is under video review. The officials will have
Adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Outside Podziemski. Outside Moody for the lead. Here's Kuminga. Moody on the wing. Outside Podziemski. For the tie. And the layup is good. Podziemski's gotten his first points in this one.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Beal outside. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from 3. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter. We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Hield passes to Kuminga. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Got it off in time. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
He didn't even look worried.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Suns ahead.
Let's do it again for this quarter. 0-0.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. On the court for the Suns, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Bol. Also Royce O'Neal out there. Devin Booker out there with Kevin Durant. And it's done in at the shooting guard.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Now here's Curry. He's covered closely. Pass to Butler. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Butler against Booker. Outside Durant. Warriors with the rebound. Post has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
And stolen by Booker. To the middle. Here's Bol. And finished off by Bol.
Taking on more playmaking responsibilities, Booker has matured over the years, becoming a better teammate.
Outside Curry. Pass to Butler. Emphatic finish from Butler.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. And Booker, here we go. The kick to Durant. Six on the shot clock. Launches it from deep. Warriors with the rebound. Butler's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Curry. Pass to Butler to tie it up. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. And it's all knotted up.
A guy you have to guard at range. Butler isn't a volume three-point shooter, but he can hit them when the mood strikes.
Here's O'Neal. Got a piece of it. Payton with a steal. Curry with it. Done in his pocket. Right side Curry. Outside Payton to take the lead. The shot, no good.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Outside Bol. Outside for Booker. Durant with a screen on Butler. Shot clock at 5. Dunn outside. From behind the arc. Hits the three-pointer. Dunn's got 5 points now this quarter.
Unsurprisingly savvy pass by Booker, setting another guy up for success instead of forcing a shot.
Outside, Green. Now here's Curry, defended by Dunn. Wow, Curry takes the hit and finishes inside.
I think we knew who was firing off the shot here. Curry is just too consistent not to be trusted with it.
Looking to end this cold spell. Jimmy Butler with a rebound. Butler's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Curry. He's covered by O'Neal. And there's a whistle. That one goes on Royce O'Neal. That's his first foul of the game. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. The 3 from Curry. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen wore down Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
It's Booker on the wing. Outside Durant. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. And the Warriors making a switch here. Moody's checked in. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Curry. Outside for Butler. Back to Curry. Here's the pick. Curry takes it in. And he buries it.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Kept alive to stop the run. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Stephen Curry. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Booker. Goes back up with the drive. Count it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
And since going to the finals back in 2021, Booker's earned the reputation of a winning player.
Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game.
Here's Booker. And it's in. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
When they need points, they do everything possible to get Booker his touches.
And stolen by Bull. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
Good on the first. And that narrows the gap to 1.
Taking 2 shots.
And Bull drops them both.
Oh, tremendous composure at the line to tie things up and give them a shot at overtime.
Butler into the lane.
Demanding the ball in the big moment. Butler lives for moments like this.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
A chance to tie it up here.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3. But they'll probably try for a 2, but if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
Substitution for your Warriors. Kevon Looney. Gary Payton, second.
Screen by O'Neal. Booker for 3. Can't knock in the 3. Missed it. And so the big win by Golden State in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the fifth. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce.
Welcome, everyone. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Clark. And it's Edey in at the 5 down low. And for the Warriors, they've got Peyton. Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5 roaming the paint.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I did get a chance to speak with Steve Kerr a little bit. Of course, John Morant's name first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Jackson, a screen on Butler. To the middle. And the dunk by Jackson.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
Curry with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Curry kicks to Peyton. From deep, Green. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time they lost to the Warriors.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
And they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
Here's Curry. Brandon Clark picking up that last basket. And the Warriors miss again.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Back to Morant. Pass to Bain. On the wing, Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. That shot off. Great D that time from Green. Brent, Draymond Green's resume speaks for itself. What's he do, though, that we may not see or appreciate?
Well, Kevin, Draymond Green does such a great job of being a connector and communicator defensively. It is remarkable the way that he can impact every position on the floor by the way he uses both his position and his voice. Forget about the offense. Draymond takes on the challenge every night defensively, and that makes him elite.
He can hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no cover.
Curry kicks to Butler. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
Well, when Butler's this focused, defenders, beware.
Bain sets the screen to Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Gives a team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now on the defensive squad.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Butler is screen on Clark. Curry. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Morant outside. 1:15 left to play in the first quarter. It's good from long range.
3 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
They get a hand on it. And here is Bain. 23 points for him the last game against Oklahoma City.
You can see Draymond Green so fired up every time he has a chance to impact the game defensively.
Pass to Edey. Fires for 3. Peyton against Jackson. Here's Morant. Tries again. And the layup by Jackson.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. It's Curry outside. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got 5 points.
Curry was such a smooth three-point shot. Are there better mechanics in the league?
Here's Morant. Pass to Edey. Morant against Butler. Morant with the bucket. He's got 11.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Bain. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Memphis?
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Payton is out there with Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now, here's Bain. No scoring in this one. 5 to shoot. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Warriors trail by 8. Outside Jackson. The 3 from Morant. The rebound by Post. And here are the Warriors now. Here's Curry driving to the basket.
A terrific defender, and Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players. Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now, here's Curry. 5 points in the game.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
Butler against Morant. Morant against Butler. To the paint. Here's Post. It's rebounded by Memphis. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside for Jackson. Clark outside. Pass to Bain. 4 on the shot clock. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. The NBA 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect, and guys are out on the floor.
Kevin? They want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, D.A. Thank you. Here's Curry, following the score by Memphis. They kick it out to Green. And the foul called on Brandon Clark. That's his first foul.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Payton passes to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State.
And once in a while, a team will have this kind of night where nothing is working, but it's still early. They have a chance to play themselves out of this funk if they just keep battling.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And here's Morant after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Outside Jackson. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Curry dishes to Butler. Off target from three-point range. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Down low, here's Morant. Outside Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
Here's Curry with the three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Edey's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
They get the rebound. Ball stolen. Now Morant. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Fans, please direct your attention.
One of the league's premier showmen, Ja Morant, can bring the whole crowd to its feet. He's been doing it all night.
All right, fellas. And that about wraps it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We've got Bagley. Also, G.G. Jackson out there. And it's Huff in at the center, filling out the middle. Shots good by Kennard.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Three-pointer, Hield buries the long-range jumper. Hield's got himself on the board with 3 there.
With focus there, you go off the dribble, you got to have good balance, and Buddy Hield in a great rhythm right there.
Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Hield the pass to Looney, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Man, Looney is so long, gets up there and flushes it.
Kennard kicks to Bagley. Jacks up a 3. Shots good by Kennard. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
That's a 2 from Hield. Here's Jackson Davis.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's Bagley, and finished off by Bagley.
Pretty easy for Marvin to get up like that.
Here's Hield. The Grizzlies pull it in. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Scooped up. Pass to Kennard. For the 3. That one doesn't go. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. The finish. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Shots good by Kennard.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Hield from outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Hield's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
That's a 2 from Kennard. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Memphis has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
And Kennard, well-schooled, just keeping his eyes up and making that play.
Hield against Kennard. There's the pick. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Warriors have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Moody with it. Still scoreless. Here's Looney. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in.
Looney in the right spot there. Good presence on the inside as he boxes the defense out and sends the ball right up.
And Kennard launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead. I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
So you're saying that he's out there right now protesting in some form or fashion? He made a great decision there to push the basketball up. Excellent teamwork.
Offensive rebound. Here's Huff. Good on the three-point shot. Huff's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And a deep 3 from Kennard. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Memphis, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Stephen Curry's out there with Peyton. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Post in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Clark against Curry. Looking to get back on track here. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Back 80 picks one up.
Curry excellent at reading the defense and taking advantage of any mistake.
And both free throws good for Curry. With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
He hits the second from the line. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind. Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Curry wide open. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Clark dishes to Jackson. Launches a three.
Wow, gritty defense from Draymond, showing how tough it is, and great timing on the rejection.
Pass to post. It's stolen. Outside, Bain. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Clark outside.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Curry against Clark. Offensive rebound. Post. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. There's the three. Here's post. They kick it out to Green. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edie's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed him up.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
There's Jackson with the three. Rebound by Butler.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And here's Green outside. Edie with the rebound. Edie's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Payne for 3. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
3 ball.
Morant's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Curry deciding where to go with it. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ja Morant.
Yeah, with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it. It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
And finished off by Morant.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Wound up there for Clark. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clark against Curry. Fires from deep. Again, Curry missing. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were... Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg...
in the NBA. This and the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Payne. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Clark in at the 3. And for the Suns, Bol out there with Kevin Durant. Then it's Royce O'Neal. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Dunn in at the 2-guard spot. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup. But anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, the team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
There's a screen. Right side, Morant. Morant with the slam!
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Here's Booker driving inside, and Booker with the jam.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
On target from range.
Wow, Jackson Jr. lightning quick.
Well, Coach, one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete, and he is without a doubt one of the most exciting players this league has to offer. Well, obviously, Payne has the range for this shot. He's not put off by shooting from the corner.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer, and we discussed his plan for Ja Morant. Coach smiled and said, I just told my guys to stay ready out there, ready for anything, because Morant can do so many surprising things. We just have to stay on our toes. Hopefully that flexible mindset helps the defense keep up with Morant's antics out there. B.A.?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Durant's shot is off.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Morant with it. He's against O'Neal. Morant, the pass to Clark. Oh, Booker with a block. Morant against Durant. Pass to O'Neal. Outside Bol. Durant, the pass to Bol. Dunn outside. Shot clock at 3. Three-pointer, no good. Grizzlies lead by 4. Here's Clark. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, the threat of Ja scoring really opens up the opportunity for assists.
And Booker's got the ball here for the Phoenix Suns. Jack's up at 3. Drains the triple. Booker's got 7. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Clark. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on O'Neal.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
Good.
Durant just going to work inside, outsmarting the defense and getting the close-range look.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Durant with a screen on Morant. Pass to Durant. Outside Booker. 5 to shoot. Screen by Durant. The Suns need to get off the shot. And Durant with the big finish.
Yeah, a play like that is beautiful to watch. Booker running the pick and roll almost to perfection.
Jackson for three. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that, it doesn't go down.
And the foul on Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Durant. He's got 6. 32 seconds left to play in the first.
With all that length, Jackson Jr. can contest and bother shooters whenever they're within 10 feet of him.
Jackson the screen. The 3 from Bane. Kevin Durant with a rebound. Down low. Here's Bull. And finished off by Bull.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Morant into the lane. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Grizzlies. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Memphis.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
They've got Devin Booker. Bull out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Kevin Durant, and it's Dunn in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
Yeah, great awareness there from Booker. A selfless team-first player.
Jackson outside. And the dunk by Jackson.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Rim protection and shooting, so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Brian, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come by.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day. Here's Bane. Outside for Morant. From outside, off the mark. Suns trail by 3. To the inside. And stolen by Morant. Jackson outside. Outside Bane. The 3-ball. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Yeah, Bane is dangerous from three-point land. The defense has to chase him off that line.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul. And now looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here's a view of which teams last year got after it with their shot blocking. The 4th spot held by the Grizzlies.
They had the bodies and the energy needed to be a strong defensive team, and they made it hard for opponents to do damage.
Edey for 3. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got his 4th assist in this one. The Suns trailing. Booker with it. He's picked up by Bane. For 3, O'Neal. The rebound by Edey. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on an 11-3 run. Kicks it out to Jackson. Pass to Bane. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it could even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. The quick look, no good that time. Suns trail by 11. Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Booker for three. Devin Booker for three.
Pretty swift release that time from Booker, getting it away just in time.
The try by Morant.
Wow!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids.
The skill, the grace, Morant.
Yeah, Morant just continuing to assert himself offensively.
Booker surveying the D. There's a screen by Bull. To the left wing. Pass to Durant. 6 to shoot. The three is up. Memphis with a rebound. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Morant. He drives in.
Yeah, and once Morant takes off like that, the defense has to know what's coming next.
Up top, Durant, defended by Jackson. Durant, the pass to Booker. Durant with a screen on Clark. Good chance here for Booker, and count it. Now 5 for 7.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Morant. Clark. Pass to Bain. Outside Morant. He takes it in. And then Morant with the jam!
If you look at the breakdown, Morant's as efficient as anyone when he's the ball handler in the pick and roll.
Hey, yo, right here.
And Booker puts up a deep three. Misses the deep three-point attempt. The shot no good. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Grizzlies. He made up. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Well, I mean, what is there left to say about Ja Morant? He's dynamic, he's electric, relentless on the offensive and defensive end, impossible to continue.
Taking a peek now at... Thanks for tuning in.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
On the court for Memphis, they've got Gigi Jackson. Also Marvin Bagley out there. And it's Stevens in at the 2. Suns trail by 16. Beal outside. Richards with a screen. Beal, the pass to Richards. Back to Beal. Shot clock at 6. 4-3. Counted from distance. Beal's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Kennard. Beal with some nice D.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Allen can't get it to go. Grizzlies lead by 13. Here's Jackson. 2 points. That one goes.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Allen, left side. Driving to the basket, and it's Allen who slams it home.
Yeah, what a finish. He used his bounce to throw it down over the taller defender.
Kennard passes to Bagley. Here's Stevens. Allen defending. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Kennard passes to Jackson, and they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Spins. Here's Iguodala. No points so far. Now Kennard. Bagley sets a screen. Misses the 3. Suns trail by 16. For 3, Allen. Stevens with a rebound. Kennard for 3. They get it back. Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. He just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off. Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Pass to Huff. Jackson on the wing. He's got 5. Here's Stevens. Outside Bagley. Top of the key. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Beal, the pass to Richards. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, man, the defender bites on the up fake, giving him a clear line to the basket.
Hey, when it works, that move is just too pretty. They set a pick. Kennard against Beal. Clock at 6. Nice shot by Kennard. And the Grizzlies lead by 18.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
And Allen gets it to go.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Kennard. Jackson with a screen on Beal. Kennard for 3. Here's Jackson. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. 26 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Iguodala. And he lays it up and in. Iguodala's got 4 points this quarter. Grizzlies lead by 14. And here's Bagley. Pass to Jackson. Kennard outside. Bagley, a screen on Beal. Here's Stevens. Kennard for 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Bradley Beal's out there with Grayson Allen. Then there's Nick Richards. Then there's Damian Lee. And it's Iguodala in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here's Richards. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And also, I just love how they've been moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Great passing, unlocking their offensive potential.
Shoots. The rebound by Edey. Memphis leading by 12. Here's Bane. Oh, can't convert the two-handed jam. And Booker's got the ball here for the Suns. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. And the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Durant, he's checked in for Richards.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Suns, number 35, Kevin Durant.
And here's Booker. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point land. That won't go. 5 for 10 from the floor.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Ryan, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, BA, it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Morant, the pass to Bane. Kicks it out to Jackson. The 3 is up. That one no good. Suns trail by 12. Right side Bull, outside Durant, from deep. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 4 rebounds now. Morant using his speed. It goes. He's 10 for 13. So much confidence.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going on, look out.
Durant with another miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Kicks it out to Bane. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
3-point field goal.
Morant's got assist number 5 here tonight.
You got to D up Bane from the corner, or else he'll bury those shots in bunches.
Clark against Booker. In deep. Booker gets it to go.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Pass to Edey.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Morant against Durant. Here's Edey. Clark outside. Now here's Bane. Clark with the screen. The 3. Kicks it out to Jackson. 3-pointer. He drops it from range.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Here's Durant. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
You have to be aware of Jackson Jr. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year and an elite shot blocker.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Grizzlies.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Ja Morant.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Morant with the bucket.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
For 3, Booker. Memphis with a rebound. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Morant with it, now guarded by Booker. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Booker, the pass to Durant. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was an
It's the NBA. Here on on 2K Sports. Now Golden State's starting five. Gary Payton II is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Green. And it's Post in at center. And for Phoenix, Durant is out there with Bol. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Dunn. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. You know, Doris, with all the fanfare of opening night, it must be tough for the players to keep their focus.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a ton of excitement because you've put the offseason to use trying to improve your skill as a player, but you love the game of basketball. It's hard not to get amped up. You know, it's just the mature players who are able to channel that in the right direction.
And stolen by Booker, and they're moving it up. And done with the slam.
Just good play recognition and quick hands. That's how Booker picks up his steals.
They double-team Curry. Payton passes to Green. And Green slams it in.
How about that? Flying high to sit that one down. And you know what? When you've got the athleticism and explosion of a player like that, bigger guys are still at your mercy.
Now here's Booker. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
Boy, you see how confident Devin Booker is down low. Doesn't even think twice about looking to score in there.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. No good on the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Doris, when you take a look at someone like Royce O'Neal, what do you see?
I mean, so many things, Kevin. There's great intangibles with this young man. Hard worker, incredibly smart defensively, versatile defensively, and he's so often matched up against the opponent's best scorer and relishes it. I love that.
Now here's Curry. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
KD's shot is good.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Here's Curry. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially late on drives to the rim.
Now here's Booker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Booker's got his second basket of the game.
Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
To the inside, and stolen by Booker. And now the Suns, a fast break. Buries it down low. Booker's got 6.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Knocks it loose. Pass to Curry. Here's Post. Dunn covering. They get it back. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
A nice shot by Booker.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Curry kicks to Payton. Pass to Post. And that's a foul called on Bol. That is his first foul of the game. Now, a trend that we've seen over the past couple years is that the league is getting younger, Doris, than ever before.
And Kevin, that's a product of players starting to train seriously at a young age. And what they're training is their skill level, handling, passing, and shooting. The key here is, do they have a nuanced understanding of the game? There is where the growth has to come, but it is definitely getting younger.
Here's Booker. After the Warriors pick up 3, pass to KD. Here he goes.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
That one goes in.
We spend so much time thinking about Stephen Curry's shooting ability and probably don't talk enough about how elite his handle is.
Now, here's Dunn. 12 points his last outing. Outside, KD. The Warriors pull it in. Got a piece of it. Durant with the steal. To the left wing. Lobbed up there for KD. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, KD gets himself right to the rim. Liftoff is complete.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Curry. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Now Booker. 8 points for him. KD sets the pick for Booker. Outside Durant. Back to Booker. That will count. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Suns.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green. Then there's Gary Payton the second. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, the defense has got to be willing to guard the jumper, and for Devin Booker, that opens up the drive.
And the wide open shot from Green. A 3-pointer off the mark. Suns leading by 5. Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
Payton passes to Butler. That one misses. Dunn with some nice D. Well, Phoenix shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Curry can't get it to go. Curry's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. O'Neal kicks to Dunn. And stolen by Butler by himself. Butler attacks in transition.
My goodness, Jimmy Butler is so explosive. Half-court transition, it doesn't matter where it is.
And stolen by Butler. And here we go. It's Butler. The rebound by KD.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is the human cheat code. Bradley Beal says of his new teammate, he's 7 feet tall, he can shoot the ball, he can do everything. It's a little unfair. I get a bit jealous sometimes. I wish I was 7 feet, but nothing he does really surprises me. When he's in attack mode and locked in, there's nothing he can do. Kevin?
Not a single darn thing. You're so right. David, thanks. Curry. Curry always finds a way, this time inside.
But Curry can finish left, right, quick. He can quick shoot you, get you off your feet. This guy's so good on the inside.
The drive by Booker. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
The shot by Curry, no good. Phoenix leading by 6. O'Neal dishes to Booker. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and the dunk by Bull.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. They double-team Curry. Here's Green. Plays it up off the glass. Green's got 7 points in the game.
There's a competitive edge to Draymond Green's game that makes him willing to try to score it on the interior. That's pretty.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Clock at 4. Book it! Devin for 3.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Butler is screen on done. Back to Curry. Stolen by O'Neal. Pass to Bull. Jumps up, and the dunk by Bull.
Hard to fathom, but he is really fluid in terms of getting up and down the floor. Bull making himself a capable threat all over the floor.
Suns on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. O'Neal wide open. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. Curry way outside, and again, no good by Golden State.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The drive by Booker. Bull kicks to Booker. Six to shoot. Lets it go with the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Curry is inside. O'Neal's there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Booker the pass to KD. This one for 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Phoenix enjoying a 12-point lead as they thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention.
Ever since Booker made his trip to the finals, he's become much more than an elite shooter. He stepped his game up 5 more levels. His confidence.
Okay, so now, and that's a halftime wrap.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
You've got Nick Richards. Bradley Beal is out there with Grayson Allen. And it's Lee in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Moody with it. He's picked up by Lee.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
You can see the level of attention Bradley Beal draws. This guy is so heady finding the open teammate.
Jackson Davis can't get it to go. Phoenix leading by 8. Here's Iguodala. Makes it off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Screen on Beal. Pass to Hield. Back to Pajemski. Over Allen. And he sinks that one at the back of the rim on the way in.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Out to the right wing. Here's Iguodaro. Beal gets a wide open look. No good with the triple. Warriors trail by 8. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Jackson Davis. Golden State moving it around. Here's Pajemski. Defended by Richards. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Over in the corner, Allen inside. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Iguodaro. Defended by Kuminga. Now the Warriors moving it up. It's tipped. And there's another turnover by the Warriors. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. The Suns 5th.
Their three-point accuracy last year was exceptional, largely because of their patience. They would wait for the best look before pulling the trigger.
Beal deciding where to go with it. There's a good screen. Pass to Richards. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 3. Phoenix needs to get off his shot. Comes up empty down low. Warriors trail by 8. Moody the pass to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the side.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Pass to Iguodaro. Here's Richards. And he drives in. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Richards got 4 points this quarter. The Warriors have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Hield from outside. Connects from three-point range. Hield's got 6.
Wow, Buddy Hield, usually the guy they're trying to create open shots for. This time he returns the favor.
There's a screen. Outside, Beal. Pass to Richards. And here is Beal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The tray. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. To the inside. There's Kuminga. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Richards passes to Beal. Here's Iguodaro. Defended by Kuminga. Outside for Beal. Pass to Richards. And they'll turn over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Golden State ball.
Warriors trail by 5. To the middle. Jackson Davis with it. Can't hit from in close.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Allen kicks to Lee. Pass to Richards. And it's Beal in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball. Beal's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the sweet shooting Bradley Beal gets to one of the best spots for three-point action, and that's the deep corner. Nicely done.
And here is Allen. It could go. Oh, he nailed it.
And it counts. That's It's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Listen, under duress of the end of the period, you just throw it.
And so it's Phoenix. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Gary Payton II. Butler out there with Green. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the center position. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
He gets that one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Pass to Post. Off target with his three. Suns leading by 11. Outside Curry. Green with a screen on Dunn. Curry outside. Curry! Oh, what else is new?
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Booker inside, defended by Butler. Back to Booker. Butler with the steal. Pushing it up. And it's sent back by O'Neal. It's out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal. Curry against Dunn. And stolen by Bull. O'Neal passes to Dunn. Outside for KD. Clock at 6. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And that's an important rebound, and especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Suns leading by 8. Booker looking around. Outside, KD. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in. Booker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Curry against Dunn. Puts the move on, and it's Curry laying it in. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It would be easy to take for granted the greatness we see every time Stephen Curry hits the floor. Another special performance right now.
KD is screen on Butler. Butler against Booker. Deflects the pass. And it's the Warriors on the break. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Golden State moving the ball around.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
KD sets the pick to Booker. And Bull wide open. He shoots another 3 for Phoenix.
And you can't forget about Bull's range. After all, big men like him are expected to take the 3 in today's game.
Curry outside. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Kicks it out to Booker.
And that's what Jimmy Butler brings to the table. Intense on-the-ball defense.
Takes the three. Got it. And now they trail by just 4.
We know this about Jimmy Butler. The guy has no fear. He delivers when his team needs it.
Here's Booker. Devin Booker soaring in.
There is nothing Devin Booker relishes more than the opportunity to put the ball in the basket at a critical juncture. Yes, sir.
Post misses the shot. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Durant just inside the line. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Curry, that's good. So the Suns win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making it. All right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony.